Hello, I'm Lucy Adlington from the History Wardrobe, and it has been a long time since we've met for live performances of our Costume in Context presentations. And so I thought I would bring you this short video today, but we don't just have one Lucy today. Because we are easing out of lockdown now, I can welcome a very special guest into the home studio. We have not one Lucy, but two Lucys! Is the other one? She's here! Hello, Lucy! Oh! We haven't worked together since February at Gateshead, and we have been very excited all day, and we've merged.
We've merged. We're a bubble.
We're a bubble now.
A Lucy bubble.
Lucy bubble, two Lucys. And we have actually, we didn't really rehearse for this, but we did have a dry run to see about the technology, and we laughed so much that we did cry.
Lucy swore.
She did not, but which one? So today, what we thought was, instead of being able to show you things during the shows, new donations, new acquisitions to the History Wardrobe collection, we thought we would show them you say it.
Digitally.
Today. Because we love getting new donations, don't we?
We do, and we're so missing you all, and we're missing the bags overflowing with all those lovely donations you like to pass on.
At the end of our shows. But we've had some posted to us today. So, Lucy, what? You got pump up. Why are you wearing a bonnet, by the way? It is actually July.
It's cold, it's Yorkshire.
It's not that bad. And you've got a shawl on as well, which is a shame because Lucy is wearing, and you'll have to stand up, I think, and give us a little bit of a look. She's wearing a velour pinafore dress.
With pockets, look at that.
From the 1970s, we're working that 70s vibe. That's pretty fab, actually. And with a cheesecloth blouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why have
Shawl.
you got the shawl on?
Because Nana knit it.
Well, they did go together. They were worn by a young woman in the 70s, but... Oh, Lucy.
Take my hat off.
I think you're wearing it for another reason, actually.
Could you see?
Yes.
Well, you know how the dress fits perfect at the front, doesn't it? Well, it has been locked down, and, I do like a cake or a biscuit. Shall I show them?
Go on.
No one's watching, really.
No, nobody's watching. It's only the internet.
It fits perfect, doesn't it?
Come on. We tried to get the zip up.
Go on, Lucy, pull it.
No,
pull it.
Mind you, mine's not much better. The buttons keep popping open.
Yes.
I've got a 1970s dress made out of pure polyester. Rub it and see if you get a shock.
It's very static, isn't it?
It is, but it's brilliantly floral, and it was a donation from our friend Elsie, and it is fantastic.
Ooh.
1970s flower power fabric.
And look at that. Look at the little bow. Makes you look so innocent.
I know, the camera never lies.
Yes.
Actually, I'm just flicking my hair and we can see which one of us is the natural blonde, can't we, after lockdown?
We know which Lucy is, don't we?
Moving on. So, since you're chilly today, Lucy, would you like to see a knitted blanket?
A knitted blanket? Oh, yes.
She was pretending to be surprised there, as if we hadn't practiced
We
this.
haven't practiced, Lucy.
No, we certainly haven't. This is actually, it's quite rare to find knitwear in the collection, isn't it?
Yes, because they're often eaten by moths.
Yes, and this is no different. In fact, we've got a little moth hole each there. We haven't yet conserved it because it's just been received, but it's gorgeous colours.
Lovely colours.
So garter stitch on the purples and blues, and then crochet together. And what's special about this is it's from the 1940s, and there is a label. Keep going round.
This didn't happen in the rehearsal.
No. We could be doing this for quite a while. Right, I have it. On the label, we can read Christian Science, and then it says War Relief Committee, Boston,
Lincolnshire,
Massachusetts, USA.
Oh.
So this is basically American women out of, for a charity drive, they knitted up these squares, made them into blankets, shipped them over to England, and then this actual blanket was donated to a family who were bombed out in Coventry after the Coventry air raids. So a fantastic bit of history, and you can snuggle up in it.
Oh, Lucy, will you put that on my spare bed when I come for sleepovers?
Yeah, you got your 70s hair too. Yeah. Lucy also has a bit of knitting, and it's a rather unusual object.
Are you ready? You will be very surprised. Here we go. Ooh! Can you see?
It's a knitted shop. It's just brilliant. So this is obviously contemporary, but as you may know, we have a presentation called The Secret Life of Knitting. We showcase knitting throughout centuries, and this came to us from a lady called Monica. And where was Monica from then?
Thornbury.
And they decided for charity they were going to knit the whole high street.
The whole high street.
And this is Maison et Coco shop. It's not just the shop, mind you. What else have we got?
Bush shelter.
Bush shelter. It doesn't smell of wheat either.
Have you checked?
Well, you sniff it.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. And then the flower pot look is a little cotton reel.
Aww.
So the idea was that they would raffle off the shop and raise money, and they raised £1,500 selling off the high street, which was genius for charity. The reason we have this is, alas, the shop had gone bust, and so this shop wasn't sold, and so Monica has donated it to History Wardrobe. We love it.
Yeah.
We're moving in.
Which talk is it going into, Lucy?
The knitting talk, Lucy.
right.
Yeah, you can't have it. It's not with you.
Oh,
That's
okay.
with our other History Wardrobe presenter, Lucy. Not Lucy. There's only two Lucys. Mary
Mary.
is the other one. Right. If you found that you have, during lockdown, been indulging in your banana bread and so on, and you need a little help with the waistline, then we have got...
Oh, what's this, Lucy?
It's ribbons.
Oh, what is it? It's very slim.
It's a corset. So it's actually a ribbon corset.
Oh.
So if you can see, the strands are their Chine silk ribbons and fastened onto, well, they've got the boning running through. So it's actually quite flexible, aren't they?
Quite
It's not
flexible,
bad.
yeah.
The idea is it goes under the bust, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Yeah. Goes with your 1970s pinafore.
Looks lovely.
And you'd actually wear a corset like this, a ribbon corset, in the Edwardian era, about 1900, and it would be used for sports.
Sports?
Yeah. What you've been doing, Joe Wicks, during lockdown.
I think I need a little bit more support than this, Lucy.
But it would be for if you're cycling or playing tennis or lacrosse or whatever, you'd have a ribbon corset, not this one. This one's more of a boudoir corset, worn by probably a much younger woman.
But this
Much
is
younger with us.
I know.
Yeah,
I was ignoring that. But it isn't new to the History Wardrobe collection, though, Lucy, is it?
No, it isn't. The reason I'm showing it today is because we sent it to a very, very talented conservator called Jessica Aldred of House of Heyday, and we asked her if she would put it onto Conservation Net.
Which you can just to say see, can't you? There.
So it means that we can handle it. And if you look at the bow on the top, that's what silk is like when it's shattered and unsupported. So it now means that we can handle this, and we can take this to talks to show people the corsetry, and not forgetting the dangly bits.
Ooh, for your stockings, of
Your
course.
stockings, and they've got two on each end there.
Well, of course, it is for sports, isn't it, after all?
Well, perhaps not this one. So that's from about 1900, but we're now going to take you back into the 18th century. We've got two more things to show you. And from the 18th century, I've got quite an extraordinary garment, and it was not a donation. I did sell my children on eBay to pay for this, but this is an 18th century caraco jacket. So nice loose jacket, you can wear it around your house, your house fillet, and it's in the most extraordinary silk.
It's a beautiful colour, Lucy.
It's amazing, isn't it? Do you think Lucy's can we wear yellow? I think we can wear yellow.
Maybe.
So it's almost mustardy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And incredibly rich silk, rich colours there, and it dates, I'd say, I'm guessing, dating roughly from the 1770s, maybe 1760s even. The pattern matching is brilliant, isn't
What's it like inside?
It's not quite so fancy.
Oh, is it not?
Well, if you spent all that time embellishing the outside with the robings, those robings there, why bother much with the inside? It's a very workaday sort of fabric inside. The check feels like a cotton linen mix almost, and just you can see how the robings are tacked into place with big stitches. And this is not unusual to have quite a plain backing inside, and it may well be that the lining had worn out or got a bit sweaty. And so the lining's been replaced, and I'm not going to tell you too much about this because it's going to go on show in my new talk on gardens, and floral fashions called Thorns and Roses, which will not be launching this summer because of coronavirus. And finally, to finish, an item that Lucy has acquired for the History Wardrobe collection.
An original item.
It's from the 1970s. As you may know, we offer a talk called What Were You Thinking? On the 70s. And if I pull the table across...
Ooh. Shall I pick it up?
Look! A 1970s kitchen.
I had to pry this out of the hands of my children.
And it's got the full fridge freezer, not a working oven. And it's got little Lucy and big Lucy.
And look how strong we are from all the washing up and hoovering.
And it's even got loads of washing up in the sink that we haven't been doing because...
No, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not doing it either, no.
No.
So this is actually going to be for a new digital... Washing up's running away. Put it back.
Nobody noticed.
That doesn't happen on the one show. This is going to be for a new
digital
show that we'll be doing called Do You Remember? And we'll be back to you with details of that once we've recovered from this completely impromptu. Anyway, we've had a lovely time.
Yeah, great to see you all. Much love from the two Lucys.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Can't switch it off.
Oh no, keep waving. It's like Zoom. Just keep waving.
It's supposed to stop.
And everybody has to look for the leave button.
I'm just going to put that on.